Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the Phoenix Airbus A321. Today we're going to do a quick flight from Frankfurt to Rome Fiumicino across the Alps. This will be around an hour and 20 minutes and we're expecting some great views along the way. Now with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into this after a message from today's sponsor. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flight, but also other things like VFR, data link, and even a cabin crew simulation, then look no further than Say Intentions AI. We'll be using them for both the data link as well as ATC and our cabin today, so if you like what you're about to see, check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into this. This is going to be our route of flight, departing Frankfurt southbound across Switzerland and Milan down to Rome. Now, in terms of our significant weather chart, we do have an area of icing between level 120 and 220 close to Rome, but apart from that, the route is completely free. In terms of airport weather, we're departing Frankfurt, probably in runway 18 with an 8 knots of tailwind, not too much of a problem, clear skies, and the temperature is 22 degrees. At our destination in Rome Fiumicino, we're expecting good weather conditions at the time of our arrival. Later during the day, however, there will be some thunderstorms in the area, but by that time we'll hopefully be long gone already. The same applies to our alternate airport in Naples, which is also excellent. Now let's have a look at the airport weather. Or rather, let's have a look at our flight plan. Departing Frankfurt at 0840, we are going to arrive 14 minutes ahead of schedule in Rome. Cost NX 21, and we are not limited by any of our weights. Flight level 350 is the planned level for the day. Going down to the fuel section then, our planned takeoff fuel is 7.5, and if we use that, we're going to arrive with 66 minutes of fuel in the tanks at our destination, and that should be absolutely fine. So let's just add the taxi and round that up, so we've got 7.7 tons of fuel for today's flight. Alright, and with that out of the way, let's get straight into this. We're going to take a seat on the captain's seat of our Airbus A321 today, and then starting with the preliminary cockpit preparation, the engine master levers are off, mode selector norm, the weather radar is turned off, landing gear lever down, and the wipers are off. Battery voltage is above 25.5, and then we can turn the batteries on and the external power on. Now let's continue by setting up our radios. So 122.035 is going to be the delivery frequency today, and then we need 1 to 1.5, which we've got already. Listen to VHF 1 and 2 and the interphone, and the speaker is set to somewhere in the middle. Lovely. Now, while the airplane is starting up, let's go ahead and import our flight plan. Here it is. Now let's go to mass and balance, and interesting, why can I not change my planned fuel figure?
Runway awareness. Okay.
Haven't seen that yet.
Meters.
Everything grayed out. Well, I'll tell you what, let's try to re-import this. Maybe there was a small import problem. No, it still exists. Okay, well that's interesting. Then let's just reset this and do it manually. So we'll have 190 passengers. We'll have 2,250 kilos of cargo. And our fuel is going to be 7,700 kilos. Okay. I have no clue why this is showing up red, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go for apply and load, and we'll be using GSX for both. Okay, so yep, GSX services are requested. Here we go. So our aircraft has finished its boot sequence. Then let's go ahead and test the APU fire, and that is looking good. And then I am going to start the APU straight away because, well, we just need air conditioning here. It's far too hot outside, far too hot. Okay, ADS 1, 2 and 3 are coming online, and then let's head down into the MCDU and do the ACAS initialization, ALC menu, flight init, and data request. Here we go. So then let's do our technical review. We're gonna press the recall, hold that for 3 seconds, and this is looking good. There is nothing in here. It's an A321 with IAE engines and no automatic nav on go around. The rest is basically standard Lufthansa layout. No OEBs, and with that we can accept the plane for today's service. Now let's go on into our performance. Frankfurt 18, dry, synchronize, view intersections, and we are going to plan for Lima. And with that weather, probably using 07, so I tell you what, let's plan Mike. Okay, performance limiting weight 94.4, stop margin 574 meters, that is all excellent. So we know we can depart. Now let's go ahead and ensure that the correct charts are prepared as well. So we need the AGC for just the standard, SIDS runway 18 Lima procedures is correct. Then we need the SID PT, runway 18 Lima procedures, and we also need our parking stands east. Lovely, and that is all the charts that we're going to need for today's departure. With that, our EFB is prepared, so let's head down into the ECAM. Ensuring oxygen pressure is good, 1800. The hydraulic quantities are good, oil quantities are good. Flaps are up, that agrees with the lever, ground spoiler is retracted. Now let's test our alternate brakes. So brake released, press the pedals, that is looking good, and parking brakes set again. Okay, that's the preliminary cockpit preparation completed. Now our colleague can go out for the walk around, and while she's on the way out, let's go ahead and turn the lights on so that she can actually see and check something. Also, APU bleeder is going to come on, as well as the no smoking sign and the emergency exit lights, because we will need those when our passengers start coming on board. Now let's head downstairs. Weather, we're looking for Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, and we can send this. Alright, and then received messages, 3 load sheets. Okay, disregard this. Weather, QNH 1020 is set. Okay, and load sheet edition, well, that's preliminary edition number 1. Delta Alpha India Delta Mike, that's our airplane. 2 pilots, 5 cabin crews. Zero fuel weight 66.7, 7.5 tons. Takeoff fuel, CGs are okay. Then portable water is full. And fuel order 7.7, that looks good. We can accept this. Well, and then let's go into the pre-flight procedures. Alright, I think I talked about how the exact procedures work so many times already that we can simply go ahead and do them this time. Makes things a little bit faster as well. So battery voltage is looking good. Then getting up to the engines, fire test 1. It's looking good. Fire test 2 is looking good. The right side is all set. Coming down here, QNH is set. It's the 17th of August. That is looking good. So frequencies are set. Weather radar is set and checked. Middle panel is set. Right side is set. Then let's get down into the FMS. For this we'll need our SimBrief dispatch, view, and scroll it all the way down to the actual plan. Well, and then let's get going. I will be using my WinWing MCDU once again to do my inputs, but I will talk you through what I'm doing. So if you don't see me hitting the buttons with a mouse, then you now know the reason why that is. Alright, so let's get started. We'll press data and then aircraft status. A321-200 with the V2500 engine, nav database up to date, scratchpad messages understood and cleared. Now, init, data request. Let's give it a moment to uplink that, and while the uplink is happening, we can already go into the pilot's waypoint, and we'll store the Frankfurt Emergency 3, which is the emergency waypoint that we will be using today. And that will be a PBD point that's stored. Lovely. So let's continue. From Frankfurt to Fiumicino, alternate Napoli, and we are the Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Cost index 21, flight level 350, and the temperature up there is going to be minus 50 degrees, ground temperature 24. Here we go. Okay, our departure is going to be off Frankfurt's runway 18, and we've got the Aneki to Lima departure, which we can insert down here. Now the arrival, that's going to be a bit more interesting. In Fiumicino, we are looking at runway 16 left, and I think it's going to be X-ray according to say intentions, but if not, then you might have to change it en route. Okay, Xibil 3 Alpha arrival. Down here it is. And now let's see where that arrival leads us to. Towards Subak. So, via Suvok. Looks good. Then we can insert that. Now let's go ahead and cross-check our departure. This is a fairly simple one, so that should be quickly done. Come on. Give me that chart. Here we go. Okay, Aneki to Lima. Straight ahead to 800, then Delta Fox 101, maximum 220 knots. And in here we've got 800, then Delta Fox 101, 220 knots, and then down to Aneki. Easy going, isn't it? Told you that would be easy. So, copy the flight plan, Frankfurt X3 going into the database, hold 176 right-hand turns, that looks good, and immediate return back to Frankfurt, and we are going to select the ILS approach runway 07 right as our immediate return, like this. Now we could go ahead and go over here to the secondary performance and just enter some arrival data, 1020, 24 degrees, wind calm, and minimum 530. Here we go. Okay then, so let's go onto the fix info page. Frankfurt 18176 and Frax 3. Here we go. Now forward to the init and the second page. Let's go ahead and collect that data from the preliminary load sheet. And we are here with a zero fuel weight of 66.7 and CG 25.2. Block fuel 7.7. Average wind component is a tailwind of 21 knots. And then let's find the fuel section. Alternate 1.9, final 1.3, and 0.3 route reserves. 200 taxi is totally fine with me. Now let's go for the performance figures. And in here we've got a config 2 takeoff at 54 degrees. So conf 2, 54. And the speeds are 137, 145, 146. Like that. Noise abatement procedure 2, engine out acceleration 1500 above the ground. No need to pre-select anything. And Frankfurt 18 for the fix info page as well. So let's see if we can store that route to cross-check it. So pilot route, we'll call it Frankfurt FCO01. Put that in here, store active, and now let's see what we got. So we're flying from Frankfurt to Fiumicino via, well, this should actually include the departure runway and the SID, but anyway, via Aneki, Yankee 163 NATO, like Trasading, Ripus, Gerza, Soson, Odina, Ekpal, Tiknu, and now it should also include the arrival down here. It doesn't, well, that's fine. Alright, then we can delete this again, and that's pretty much our pre-flight procedures completed down here. We could enter a takeoff shift. I think it's 177 meters down here for Lima, but we'll see if we actually need this. Okay then, getting up to our FCU. That stuff is set, then 4000 is the initial on this runway, and that good stuff is done as well. Ground from flight deck, go ahead. So, miter ears, we are doing the oxygen test now. Thank you. Alright, that's looking wonderful. So that pretty much everything is done, so let's get straight into our briefing. And since the fueling is complete, let's quickly turn on the pumps. And the fasten seatbelt sign. Okay, cool. Then let's go ahead with the departure briefing. And that's for you, my friend. We're departing Frankfurt on the runway 18, Aniki to Lima departure. Initial 4,000 and the MSA is 4,300. However, the high terrain is mostly in the north and not in the south. Extra fuel and time, we are going to have 300 kilos, 8 minutes. So, thank you for that. Hotspots for the taxi routing, pretty much anything that's got wheels beneath it, so good look outside for any vehicles that we don't run into any of those. Our stop margin is around 500 meters plus TAS effect. Engine outsits straight at 25 miles to the Frankfurt emergency 3 point, pick up a holding over there, and then we can come back to runway 07 right, which is programmed in the secondary flight plan. Now, we are going to be overweight, so overweight landing procedure does apply. Only if we are really in a hurry, aka there is an unextinguishable fire, only then we can make an immediate return with a traffic pattern or something the likes. But apart from that, I've got nothing special or non-standard. We do have a 220 knot restriction, the clean speed is 222. I'm totally happy to retract the flaps there, so that we can save ourselves the additional drag. Alright, do you have any questions or suggestions? No? Lovely, so that's our briefing completed. Then let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity 7,690 kilograms balanced. Seatbelts on, ADIRS. NAV and Baro Ref QNH 1020. And that's the cockpit preparation checklist complete. Alright, then let's go ahead and grab ourselves departure clearance. AOC menu, ATC request, pre-departure clearance. So, we're at gate Alpha 17, ATIS is Delta, station Frankfurt. Like this, and Gute. Okay, so Frankfurt Fiumicino, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango at Alpha 17, ATIS Delta, Gute, A321, station Frankfurt. Looks good? Send. Okay, while we're waiting for our clearance, let's see how the boarding is progressing. 131 of 190. Okay, could be much worse. It's making progress. Also, we are well within the limits, so I really don't know why we had received this warning, however you want to call it, earlier when we inserted our passengers, cargo, and fuel. I really don't know. Okay, anyway, doesn't really seem to matter, so let's just get our thing on the way. So, ATC menu, AOC menu, received messages. What do we have? Telex. Expect delay in response until you have an active flight in the simulator with the same tensions uploaded. Okay. Interesting. Did we not do that earlier? The same tensions app is loaded. Let's just hit new flight in here. So this should theoretically work. Well, I'll tell you what, I am quickly going to restart sane tensions in the background. Even though it had worked earlier on, since we did see our AI traffic, but doesn't matter. I'm just quickly going to restart it and then we'll try that clearance again. In the meantime, PDC, that one says request received standby, but we had received the other one giving us that warning. By the way, it's very nice that you actually get that warning instead of just hearing nothing. Alright, nonetheless, that means we'll have to do this again, so let's go down to pre-flight. So Alpha 17, ATIS Delta, Gute, station Frankfurt. Okay, so that stuff is all set again. In the meantime, sane tensions is running once again, so let's just try that once again. Send. And let's see what we're gonna get back this time. In the meantime, what's our boarding doing? 183 of 190. Perfect. So once the clearance is here, we'll be good to go. So APU is running. Then you guys can remove the external power. Let's see what we got this time. Just PDC. Request received, standby. Okay. That looks better, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 232, departing from Frankfurt to Rome. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to
Okay,
your
boarding
boarding
is about
passes.
finished. Once it is, we are going
In
to
front of you. If you need any assistance, please
get
do not
ourselves
hesitate
ready.
to contact our crew. Thank you for choosing Lufthansa, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Ooh, ATC message, and boarding is completed. So, request being processed, stand by. And here's our clearance. So, cleared to Fiumicino, Aneki to Lima departure, maintained 7000, that is non-standard. That's set. Departure on 118.505 and squawk 1000, expect runway 18. So 18, Aneki to Lima, and then we can confirm this and squawk 1000. Alright, beautiful. That's all set and done. We can remember 18505 by heart, and that's it. So, there is another company message. Let's see what that may possibly be. My guess is a load sheet. And it is a load sheet! Surprise! In compliance with edition number 1, let's cross-check that real quick. So we've got 66.7 and 25.2. That's all correct. Fuel 6.7. Takeoff CG 24/7, so we're looking at an up trim of about 0.8. Alright, accept this. And then performance / up 0.8. The rest of the weights are unchanged, so we can leave everything the way it is down here. Beautiful. So then, let's tell the ground crew to prepare the airplane for pushback. And let's say hello to our guests. Liebe Fluggäste, einen wunderschönen guten Morgen aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel. Im Namen der Lufthansa darf ich Sie herzlich an Bord unseres A321 auf unserem Flug nach Rom begrüßen. Flugzeit heute ca. 1 Stunde 20. Wir erwarten eine ruhige Flugzeit in einer Höhe von 35.000 Fuß. Machen Sie es sich an Bord gemütlich, lehnen Sie sich zurück und genießen den Flug mit uns. Wir melden uns mit den neuesten Informationen, sobald wir uns im Anflug befinden. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emanuel. In the name of Lufthansa, welcome aboard our Airbus A321 on our flight to Rome Fiumicino. Today's flight will be 1 hour and 20 minutes at an altitude of 35,000 feet. We're expecting a smooth flight with an on-time arrival, and for the time being, make yourself comfortable, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. Okay, lovely. So everything is here. Then let's talk to the ground crew and get our pushback clearance. So, ground from flight deck, go ahead. Confirm doors, hatches closed, ground equipment removed, bypass pin installed. All confirmed, Captain. Thanks, then we'll call for pushback. Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa, for Romeo Tango, request pushback and startup.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, pushback and startup approved, face southwest.
Pushback and startup approved to the southwest, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. So, before start procedure please, or rather before start checklist. Park and brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust, V1137, VR145, V2146, flex 54. Windows closed, beacon on, before start checklist complete. Okay, ground flight, we're clear to push and start, facing southwest, park and brake set.
November Whiskey, ready to taxi.
Roger, release brakes.
Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey, runway 7 center taxi via November 15, Lima 20.
Runway 7 center taxi via November 15, Lima 20, Lufthansa 6 November Whiskey.
Lufthansa 5 Lima Charlie, ready to taxi.
Lufthansa 5 Lima Charlie,
Alright, so
runway
once we're
7
behind the
center
road, we're
taxi
going to
via
commence engine
November
start,
7,
since
Luke
it does
3,
take a
November
little
8,
bit longer
November,
than
November 15, Lima 20.
Runway
And
7
here we
center
go.
taxi,
So
via
going for
November
starting
7,
engines 1 and 2 in
Link
that
3,
sequence.
November 8, November 15, Lima
1,
20,
2.
Lufthansa 5 Lima
All
Charlie.
doors and flight
Engine
controls
non-start.
check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 232, departing from Frankfurt to Rome. My name is Mana Meyer, and on behalf of Lufthansa, I would like to introduce our captain, Emanuel, and our first officer, Stefan. Joining us in the cabin today are my fellow
3 Charlie, ready for push and start.
Anna, Phoenix, and Mia.
Lufthansa 7 3 Charlie, push and start approved.
1 hour and 25 minutes.
pushback and start approved. Lufthansa 73, Charlie.
Now, I would like to take a moment to go over some important safety precautions. First, please ensure...
Austrian 4 Kilo Juliet, runway 7 center taxi via November, November 15, Lima 20.
Runway 7 center taxi via November, November 15, Lima 20, Austrian 4 Kilo Juliet.
To use the mask, pull it towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it
ready to taxi.
Remember to put your own...
Lufthansa 880, runway 7 center taxi via November 8, November, November 15, Lima 20.
Pull it out of the container. Place
Runway 7 center taxi via November 8, November 15.
So, we have a good start on 1, starting
Lima
2.
20, Lufthansa
Year 2.
880.
In the event of an evacuation,
Engine 2
please
starts.
leave all luggage on board and proceed to the nearest exit. This aircraft has 8 emergency exits, which are located
Sun
at the
Express
front,
8 Papa,
middle,
push
and
and
rear
start
of the cabin.
approved.
Please take a moment to locate the
Pushback and
nearest
start
exit,
approved.
which may
Sun
be
Express
behind
8
you.
Papa.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight with us
Juliet
today.
ready to taxi.
Captain, the cabin is ready for departure.
Lufthansa 5 Uniform Juliet,
Mara.
runway 7 center taxi via
push
Papa
the brakes,
1,
set brakes.
Whiskey, Whiskey 3, Lima, Lima 20.
Brake sets.
Runway 7 center taxi via Papa 1, Whiskey, Whiskey 3, Lima, Lima 20,
Okay.
Lufthansa 5 Uniform Juliet.
So, we do have
Lufthansa
ignition,
2 Echo Alpha
now it's
ready
gonna
for
go
push and
quick.
start.
Lufthansa 2 Echo Alpha, push and start approved.
Pushback and start approved. Lufthansa 2 Echo Alpha.
Lufthansa 73 Charlie ready to taxi.
Lufthansa 73 Charlie, runway 7
Okay.
center taxi via November,
So, we've
November
got 2 engine
15,
shots. You're
Lima
clear to
20.
disconnect, prepare the airplane for taxi. See you on the right hand side with a clear signal.
Runway
and have a
7
good day.
center
Bye-bye.
taxi via November, November 15, Lima 20, Lufthansa 73 Charlie.
Sun Express 8 Papa ready to taxi.
Sun Express 8 Papa, runway 7 center taxi via M Blue, November, November 15,
so
Lima
just waiting for the
20.
clear signal, and then we can go.
Runway 7 center taxi via N Blue, November 15,
Well, there's one
Lima
of the wing
20, Sun
walkers,
Express 8
and
Papa.
here's the ramp agent, with pin in the hand. Beautiful. Alright, cool. Then let's do the after start checklist. It's anti-ice, off, ecom status, check, pitch trim 24.5%, rudder trim neutral. After start checklist complete. Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, request taxi. We'll do the flight control check during taxi. It's gonna be a longer one anyway to Romeo 18. Can already see it down here on the nav display. It's about 2 miles, 1.7 to be exact.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, runway 18 taxi via November 5, November.
Taxi holding point Romeo 18 via November 5 and November Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Okay. Lights on.
Lufthansa 2
Delta
Echo
clear,
Alpha, runway
left
7
side
center
clear.
taxi via November 7, link 3,
Park and brake
November
released.
8, November, November 15, Lima 20.
Runway
Red
7
check.
center taxi via November
Pressure
7, link 3,
0.
November 8, November 15, Lima
Okay,
20,
nice and early. We're
Lufthansa 2
supposed to
Echo
go off
Alpha.
clock at 40, and we are already taxiing. I like it. So, flight control check.
Lufthansa 3 November Echo request pushback.
Full up,
Lufthansa 3 November
down.
Echo, cleared for push and start.
neutral. Full
Pushback
left,
approved. Lufthansa 3 November Echo.
full right, neutral. Rudder. Full left, full right, neutral. Okay, perfect. So our taxi routing is going to lead us straight out, then the first to the right via November, all the way to the holding point for runway 18. Oh, look at that, cabin ready. They're quick today. But I like that. Alright, the left side is clear. The right side
Lufthansa 9
is
Papa Kilo
clear.
ready to taxi.
Lufthansa 9 Papa Kilo, runway 7 center taxi via November 8, November, November 15, Lima 20.
Runway 7 center
And
taxi
I
via
think
November
I
8,
see
November, November
3 aircraft
15.
on the way
Lima
down
20,
there.
Lufthansa 9
So that
Papa
should
Kilo.
hopefully not be too much our problem.
Ground. Beeline 8 Zulu Bravo, taxi to parking.
Beeline 8 Zulu Bravo, taxi to parking via Romeo 7, Romeo Tango Lima, November 5.
Romeo 7, Romeo Tango Lima, November 5, Beeline 8 Zulu
All right,
Bravo.
so
Ocean 530
no
Zulu,
changes to the briefing, huh?
Ocean 530 Zulu, pushback approved.
Weather radar.
Pushback
and
approved,
comfort
Ocean
test.
530
That's all
Zulu.
looking good.
Lufthansa 3 November Echo ready to taxi.
Okay, taxi checklist.
Lufthansa 3 November Echo, runway 7 center taxi via November 15 Lima 20.
Now look at that car over there. That's exactly the problem
Runway
I
7
mean.
center taxi via November
Because that would have been a straight
Lima
collision.
20, Lufthansa 3 November Echo.
So, radar and predictive wind shear on an auto. Engine
Lufthansa
mode
448 ready
selector.
for pushback.
Norm, econ memo, takeoff, no blue.
Lufthansa 448.
Taxi checklist
pushback
complete.
approved.
Well, then this might
Pushback
take a little
approved,
while,
Lufthansa
so
448.
I would say let's speed this up a little bit, and then I'll see you at the holding point.
Lufthansa 272, runway 7 center taxi via
So let's see how
November
close to
7,
the runway we gotta get
November
until they
15,
actually give
Lima
us
20.
the handoff to tower.
Runway 7
I hope I
center
don't have to
taxi
stop
via
all the way,
November
but it
7,
seems
November,
unavoidable
November
right now.
15, Lima 20, Lufthansa 272.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, contact tower on 136.5, take care.
136.5, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, bye bye.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Papa ready to taxi.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Papa, runway 7 center taxi.
Comfort Tower, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango ready for departure. So we can clear up the scratch pad, and then we should hopefully get out clearance any moment. Side stick fault, yeah, I disagree. Working like a charm. Alpha Tower, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango ready for departure.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, Frankfurt Tower, runway 18, winds 350 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Romeo 18, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango.
Approaching.
Cabin
1,
crew, prepare for
8.
departure. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 18 for length. TCAS, TARA, PAX 1 and 2, off, lineup checklist complete. Are you ready for rolling? I take that as a yes, and then we gotta go, because at 4 miles, due to the inbound, we wouldn't be allowed to go any longer. Takeoff.
On runway 18.
Manflex 54, SRS, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. 100 knots, checked.
Air Nostrum 32 Bravo Delta, winds 030 at 8, runway 07 right, cleared to land.
Rotate.
Cleared to land, runway 07 right, Air Nostrum 32 Bravo Delta.
Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked. I just love how precise the Phoenix flies. You give it 15 degrees of pitch after takeoff, just like the book says, and look at that, the speed is bang on. That's how it should be. Thrust climb, climb, auto thrust. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, contact departure on 118.505.
118.505, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, bye. Long radar, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, passing 2,200, climbing flight level 70. Pack 2 on. Flap 0. Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, Frankfurt departure identified. Climb flight level 090, direct Delta Foxtrot 101.
Climb flight level 90, direct Delta Fox 101, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. 9,000 blue.
Austrian 4 Kilo Juliet, direct Nerd. Cleared for the RNF runway 29 approach.
Direct
Descend
Nerd.
and maintain flight level 060 until established.
Interesting. Haven't heard of that waypoint yet.
Descending to 6,000, cleared for the RNAV runway 29
Well,
approach.
turbulence here, you
Austrian
can
4
see the
Kilo
speed
Juliet.
going a little bit up and down.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, climb flight level 210.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, climbing flight level 210. 21,000 blue. Checked. Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, any speed restriction?
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, say again.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, do we have any speed restriction? Set standard. Sonic cross check, passing flight level 53 now. Checked.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, no speed restriction.
Free speed 4 Romeo Tango.
Lufthansa
Okay, delete the 220
contact
please.
Bremen radar on 123.225.
That is not an invalid delete.
Switching to Bremen radar on 123.225
So, here we go.
DA Lufthansa 880.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, say again.
Disregard. Alright, might get a little bit bumpy in those clouds. But that's not gonna matter too much.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, disregard received.
Lufthansa 880.
Autopilot 1. Okay, the elapsed timer is running, we're in climb thrust, that means we don't need the chronometer anymore.
Over to Sweden control on
Sweden?
134.45.
That might be a little bit early.
Lufthansa 880.
Departure, Lufthansa 8, Papa, 2,000 for 4,000.
Wow, this looks good. In general, the Phoenix looks good, but this particular view here, with the River Rhine down there, and a couple of clouds, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, passing level 100.
Lufthansa 8, Papa, radar contact. Climb and maintain 12,
Lots of
2000.
signs. Let's wait until we're through this. This might be turbulent.
Climb 12, 1,2000.
KLM 47 Echo.
Dear guests,
Flying Bulgaria 852, contact Langen radar on
Okay, so
129.675.
clear and copy please.
you can also enjoy our
Switching to Langen
wireless
radar on
service.
129.675, flying Bulgaria 852.
Thank you for your attention and enjoy
Then let's see. Arrival at 10:20 with 3.7 tons, and 10:30 is the schedule, so we're 10 minutes early. That means we'll be on time on the stand.
Lufthansa 8, Papa,
Wonderful.
contact Frankfurt departure
Extra
on
fuel 15 minutes, and
127.28.
optional 360, cruising 350.
Over to
Well, we could consider climbing a 370, but on a short flight like this, let's see what the flight plan says about it.
Frankfurt departure, Lufthansa 8, Papa, 1,000.
Let's see, 2,000 above, trip fuel minus 21, no time impact. Well, then we'll do it. Then we'll request flight level 3, what's that, flight level 370.
Radar on 131.3.
Switching to
So let's connect to data link.
Delta 23.
And once we've done that, we can continue with our other stuff. Okay, so ATC com, connection, notification, Echo Delta Uniform.
Switching to
And
landing radar
modify.
on 135.725 Case Lufthansa 8 Papa.
So that's going out, and with that we've done everything we could. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight with us.
Lufthansa for Romeo Tango. Contact Rome. Approach on 125.5.
125.5, Lufthansa for Romeo Tango. Roma approach, buongiorno, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, level 151, descending 110.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, Rome approach identified. Good afternoon. Expect the ILS runway 16 left approach into Fiume.
Expecting the ILS 16 left, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Okay, 16 left
Lufthansa
is what
4
we had
Romeo
planned.
Tango, direct Suwak approved.
Direct Suwak, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Okay, lovely. That's a good shortcut. That's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. So, direct to Suwak. That might put us a little high on profile. Let's see, 4,000 feet. Yeah, we are gonna help it a bit. So, fasten seatbelts on, please. And then let's get started on the approach briefing. So we're at the Subok, and it's either going to be radar vectors or the standard ILS approach, runway 16 left. The minimum is 220, the go-around takes us... Let's open it up for you guys. Go-around takes us straight ahead, 8 miles, then heading 185 to intercept the course 159 in Meadow Upness, climbing 2000 only, so very low level of altitude here. Extra fuel and time, 300 kilos, 9 minutes. So, approaching. Speed brakes coming in. Flight director guided ILS approach, runway 16 left. Config full, no auto brakes, idle reverse, vacate the runway towards the end, as we'll have to roll to the end anyway. And then we have stand 309er at the moment, but we'll see what we're gonna get. If we do get the taxi standard 1, that's going to be via Delta, down on the Delta, and hold short of Delta 2 down here, and then contact apron on our own. That's the standard, the one, if they should choose to use that. Okay, and that's all I got for this. Threats, well, we are a little bit high right now. Let's see, 3,000 feet, so they better give us descent momentarily, otherwise we might get into some trouble there. Okay, apart from that though, I've got nothing left non-standard and no threats. Anything on your side? Nope, lovely, so that's everything complete.
2500. Cleared for the ILS Yankee runway, 16 right approach. Itaro 1466.
Kapitän, wir haben unseren Anflug in Richtung Rom Fiumicino bekommen. Die Flugzeit jetzt noch bei ca. 15 Minuten. Das Wetter in Rom derzeit bewölkt, bei einer Temperatur von 30 Grad. Vielen Dank, dass ihr uns geflogen seid und wir wünschen einen schönen Aufenthalt und eine gute und sichere Weiterreise. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent to Rome, and the remaining flight time is now 15 minutes. The weather in Rome, currently cloudy, temperatures of 30 degrees. Thank you very much for choosing Lufthansa today. We hope you enjoyed the flight as much as we did, and we look forward to welcoming you again soon. Okay, now the cabin has been briefed as well, and yeah, tell you what, 4,500 high, let's ask for descent. Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, request further descent. Ooh. Why did that do anything to the autopilot? Definitely not meant to.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, descent altitude 10,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descent 10,000 feet on 1016, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Set QNH. QNH 1016, cross-checked, passing 11,020 now. Okay, we are getting really, really high now. How are you supposed to be down here in 2,500 in like 13 miles? Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, request descent altitude 2,500. Let's see if that convinces ATC of anything.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, descend altitude 3500, turn right, heading 130 vectors for the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, right heading 130, descend 3,500 feet. Alright, now this is gonna be interesting. Speed brake.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, 10 miles from Auxerre. Turn right, heading 135, descend altitude 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 left approach.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, right heading 135, descend 2,500 until established, cleared ILS 16 left. Okay.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, descend altitude 2500 feet.
Roger. Okay, so, lights on, sights on,
maintain present heading 130 and descend altitude 3500 feet.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, on the present heading, descend 3,500.
Volatia 2483, contact Rome radar on 124.8.
Okay, so landing operational speed extension to 50. Yeah, we need it. Gear down.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, maintain 3500 feet.
4 Romeo Tango. Okay, so this will definitely be an interesting one. 14 miles, 6,500, but that landing gear is gonna help. And I really see no other reason, or no other way to get down here.
Approach, Itaro 1412, 15,000.
Okay, approach checklist please. So, barrel reference, QNH 1016, seatbelts on, minimum baro 220, auto brake off, engine mode selector norm, approach checklist complete. Speed all star, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango RB still cleared for the ILS.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, contact Fiume Tower on 127.625.
I guess that's
Altimeter setting.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, say again. Oh, why altimeter setting? This is completely alright.
Altimeter setting.
Shut up. Lovely. That's Southern Europe. You ask a question, they don't answer. Flaps 1. Speed check.
Lufthansa
Flaps 1.
4 Romeo Tango, contact Fiume Tower on 127.625.
127625, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Catherine Dual, Autopilot 12, glide slope localizer blue. Fiume Tower, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango.
Altimeter
ILS,
setting.
16 left. No altimeter setting.
Altimeter setting.
Well, then I will kill Ras. Thanks, and Ras is off. Okay, glide
Lufthansa
slope
4 Romeo Tango,
localizer.
Fiume Tower identified. Winds 180 at 8. Runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Romeo 16 left, cleared land, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Okay, flaps 2. Speed checked, flaps 2. And we're clear to land, 160 at 8, that looks okay. So I gotta admit, that was an interesting one. And we do have glide slope capture, go around altitude 2000 set.
Itaro 1466, contact ground on 122.125.
Okay, flaps 3. Speed checked, flaps 3.
With Malta 6 Echo Papa, cross runway 25. Crossing 25 with Malta 6 Echo Papa.
Manual flight, flaps full. Speed checked, flaps full. Landing checklist, ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Now look at that, we are barely just stable. It was definitely the right decision to drop that landing gear.
1000.
Checked. Man, this is really an interesting approach. Gotta say so. By the way, is it just me or are the trees down there looking really beautiful and the fields? I really gotta say I like them a lot. Looks very realistic.
Fiume Tower, Istaro 1412, established on the RNAV runway 16 left.
Istaro 1412.
So, there is nobody immediately behind us, then we can vacate at the end. Land.
300. 200.
Minimum, continue.
100 above. 100. 50. Minimum. 30.
Yeah, continue.
20.
Thanks.
Retard. 5.
Spoilers, reverse green, decel. So we'll just let it roll for a bit. But I think we're getting so slow. Gotta vacate. Let's see. $70 knots. Okay, so we'll be vacating at the end, Delta Lima.
Fume Tower, Itero 1168, established on the ILS Yankee runway 16 right.
Okay, finally someone is established on our runway, but now we are so far down the line, we can vacate at the end anyway.
1168, roger.
Alright then, runway is vacated.
Wizmalta 69er holding short runway 180 at 9er, runway 25 cleared for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Cleared for
to
takeoff,
Rome.
runway
We hope you
25,
enjoyed your flight
Wizmalta
with us today.
6995.
Did you know that Rome is home to the Colosseum, one of the most iconic landmarks in the world? And
So,
it has a history
we'll just
that
keep
dates back
taxiing on
over
standard 1 over
2,000
here.
years. Thank you for flying with Lufthansa.
And then contact ground
Please
on
remain seated until we reach our final landing
121.9R.
position. On behalf of Captain Emmanuel, First Officer Stephanie, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay in this beautiful city. The local time here is 12:11 p.m. If you have a connecting flight, please...
Fume ground Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango.
Milan departs at 1:30 p.m. from Gate A5, and flight LH5678 to Barcelona departs at 2:00 p.m. from Gate B3.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, Fume ground. Please contact apron on 119.999 for assistance with ground services.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, request taxi to the gate. What on earth is it thinking again? I don't need assistance with ground services. I need taxi clearance to my gate. So after landing checklist, radar
Lufthansa 4
predictive
Romeo
and shear
Tango,
off.
taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 309er via Delta, Echo Golf, November Hotel. Have a good day.
Gate 309 via Delta Echo Golf November Hotel Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango. Good day. Ooh, Singapore 350. Nice. Lady, you're looking to the wrong side. That's the 350. I know that I'm looking good, but talking about the airplane. Okay, so Delta. Then we're looking at Echo Golf. That's gonna be to the left.
Request pushback.
Then November
Ryanair
Hotel
Sierra
is
Alpha,
more or
push
less
and
a
start
straight
approved.
line. So first to the left and then a straight line.
Pushback and start approved. Ryanair 4 Sierra Alpha.
So Terminal
Ryanair
1
3571,
3XX
contact tower on
309, medium with
127.625.
jetway. That looks good. Handling by
Over
shipboard.
to tower, Ryanair 3571.
Tower 1739, request pushback.
No, not the
Tower
AFC.
1739, push and
Parking
start
shot.
approved.
Where is it? Ground shot?
Pushback and start approved.
Parking shot. Here it is.
1739er.
So there's Echo Charlie to the left. That is not for us. Looking for Echo Golf. And there would have been an airplane in there anyway. Okay, November Golf, November. That means we go further straight a little bit. Well, November Golf is
Ryanair
here.
4 Sierra Alpha,
I
ready
have
to
a feeling
taxi.
that Echo Charlie was incorrectly labeled, so
Ryanair 4 Sierra
tell
Alpha,
you what,
runway
we'll go
25
via
taxi
November
via Yankee
Golf
Alpha, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
and then into hotel.
Runway 25 taxi via Yankee Alpha Bravo. Bravo, Bravo, Ryanair 4
I think
Sierra
there was
Alpha.
a taxiway sign missing somewhere in the scenery, because I definitely didn't see Echo Golf anywhere, but if you guys saw it, then do let me know exactly the timestamp where you did. Okay, so we'll take November Golf and then a left-hand turn on a hotel, and then November Hotel. Lufthansa for Echo Golf, request to continue via November Golf and Hotel.
Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, continue taxi via November Golf and Hotel approved.
November Golf and Hotel approved, Lufthansa 4 Romeo Tango, grazie.
Itaro 1739, runway 25 taxi via Echo Charlie, Echo Golf Delta, Delta Mike, Bravo Bravo.
Okay, so straight ahead over here, and then the next to the left.
Runway 25 taxi via Echo Charlie, Echo Golf Delta, Delta Mike, Bravo Bravo, Itaro 1739er.
Okay, so we turn left over here, hotel. And then 309 is around the corner on the right hand side. Start APU please.
Speedbird 45 Tango, contact tower on 118.5.
And APU
Switching
started.
tower, Speedbird 45 Tango.
Lots of Lufthansas here. Do they not have an ETA livery and then just use Lufthansa? Or what are they doing here? Okay, so next to the right. Lights off. 308 and 309 comes thereafter. So lights are off, radar is off. Okay, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good. APU bleed on. Park and brake is set. Shutdown 1, shutdown 2. Cabin crew, all doors in park. And here we are. Engines running down. Let's give them a little time to do that. In the meantime, well, here we go. So, beacon off. The slides should be disarming now, and they are. Here we go. Okay, external power is on, shutting the APU down, as we are certainly going to get air conditioning over here. And then parking checklist, please. Parking brake chocks, brake set, engines off, wing light off, fuel pumps off. Parking checklist complete. Lovely. Okay, so let's get that air conditioning unit on the Phoenix app, ground services and preconditioned air. Here we go. Okay, beautiful. So let's turn off the transponder. 2000, fuel used 4,380, and we were supposed to use 4,280. Okay, so we used 100 kilos more, which absolutely makes sense since ATC kept us so high, which just uses more fuel on the approach, because we have to kill so much energy using the landing gear and the speed brakes. But apart from that, everything is looking good. Then let's go down to data, position monitor. The drift is absolutely fine as well. And with that, guys, welcome to Rome Fiumicino. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, I'm really looking forward to it, and in the meantime, as always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, would appreciate a small donation through the buy me coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.